Okay, there, I'm just gonna say it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Getting dirty and personal.
Because there's one I see all the time that says likely at Target.
I want that one.
That's why we need the rug that just says I'm sorry. It's universal for so many things.
That's true. Hello and welcome to the House of Valentina. I'm Valentina, and today I wanted to talk about things that you should stop buying at Target. I know, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be a very nice video, but I promise you it's going to be a useful tool to you, because what I've heard from you guys on the other videos where I tell you what not to buy, you find it very helpful because I also tell you what you should buy instead. I hope that you'll love today's video. It may be slightly controversial, but I hope you love it anyways. I hope you got your coffee or your beverage of choice out and we're just gonna hang out for a few minutes and chat, and it should be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll give the video a big thumbs up if you are a diehard fan of shopping at Target. I just love going to Target. It just makes me happy. I just love it. I don't even mind shopping online. I'm gonna leave all the links for these items down below in the show notes in case you do want to shop the items. Let's jump into today's video. All right, the first thing you should avoid, oh no, I better put my coffee down. I don't know what I was thinking. I can't talk about Target without getting super excited and spilling coffee yet again all over this sofa. I think one of the things that you should totally avoid at Target are the tiny lamps. Now, of course, they have some themed ones as well, and I think generally we all know that a lot of those are meant for like a children's room. They're not really meant for adult rooms. But there's also a section of tiny lamps. They tend to be on like an end cap, and it's just like, woo! Tiny lamps! Oh, so cute! You wanna like stick in your pocket. That's maybe not the best thing. You probably shouldn't be able to stick your lamp in your pocket. Those are really tempting, and they are actually really pretty. I love the one that they have that has like the textured look, and I found myself literally like, oh, I need to add that to my cart. I love that. And then I was like, wait. First of all, why is it like $12 to $15? That seems a little bit low, you know, in the range here of what's reasonable for a lamp. I love it, but is it really getting me what I need, right? So then if you look really closely, you'll realize they're tiny lamps. And tiny lamps are gonna give off a tiny amount of light. They're really not gonna fill out your space. And I think that if you go for some of the bigger lamps, I think that's gonna be better spent money. Target has so many beautiful lamps to choose from. Once you kind of set aside the idea of those tiny ones, what you're gonna discover instead is that they have all different types that are, I love the ones right now that have like a clay kind of look. You could even go for something with a rattan shade. That's definitely very much on trend at the moment. There are a lot of options, and it's just gonna fill your room better. It's gonna fill out your console tables. It's gonna fill out the nightstands better. It's gonna fill out your desk. I think that the tiny ones would only really be appropriate maybe if you're in a dorm room and you literally don't have space for anything else. That would probably be the only exception that I would really use that for. Maybe a bathroom, but even then, I'd probably try to upsize that light because that's just so tiny that it's just gonna look, the scale of it is just gonna look a little bit off. So definitely think about upsizing, and check out the links that I've got for you down below, and that'll give you a good idea of the lamps that I think are really worth your hard-earned money. I wanted to take just a moment and thank our video sponsor for today, which is Athletic Greens. We are huge fans of Athletic Greens here at House of Valentina, and I absolutely love their AG1. This is an incredible ritual that I added to my daily routine about a year ago, and I decided to try it out at the time because I had found that I was just feeling a bit sluggish. When I saw that this had 75 whole food source vitamins and minerals, I thought that is something that I am interested in. I think it'll really change my life. And lo and behold, it really did. And it's super easy just to add it into your daily routine. You can have their water bottle just like this. You can have 8 to 12 ounces of water. And the little packets are incredible because I've been enjoying these while I've been traveling over the last few days. We'll have a lot more to share on that very soon with you guys. But at home, it's great because you can have the powder and you can just have the little scoop. But I really love the fact that you can also get it in the packets because I was able to take these with me to Morocco and to Paris. I'm very thankful that this is part of my normal routine, and it's something that I can take on the road with me, whether we're running out for spring break or we're going to Paris or Africa. It reminds me to drink my water, and it motivates me too because it tastes so good. I really do love it. It really tastes like candy. So tap my link down below in the description box to get a 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 drops and 5 AG1 travel packs free with your first order. I know that you guys are going to absolutely love this, so I will leave all the details down below in the show notes for you, but I really think that you're gonna love it because it really changed my life. It really just helped me to have a lot more energy and clarity of thought. And also it's amazing for your digestive system. It supports your immunity, and it's absolutely incredible. And I think that you guys will absolutely love it. So definitely check out all the details down below in the show notes. Oh my gosh, has anybody been to Target and gotten Peeps? If you're watching this in the springtime, because I know sometimes you guys watch these later. Right now we're getting ready to come up on spring, and it's all Peeps. And my husband came home the other day with Dr. Pepper Peeps and watermelon ones, and I was like, they just, I don't like them. I think they're just too sweet. And we are prone ourselves when we go through that section, whatever season it is, whether it's Easter or summer or gosh, when fall rolls around and Christmas, like you get through that seasonal section and you just get giddy and you can kind of get caught up in it. And you'll find yourself buying a lot of decor that's seasonal, and that can be a lot of fun. But over the years, as I've helped a lot of clients to decorate their homes, those things are kind of nice to have, but it's not really a good place if you are still really decorating the core of your home. So if you want to have a few bunnies and things, like, I'm not going to tell you not to have that, because I realize that brings a lot of people a lot of joy. And if that's what it does for you, then great. But I think that your money is better spent on non-seasonal decor items, especially as you're building your home out. The Threshold has so many gorgeous options. You can get shagreen boxes, you can get marble trays, you can get beautiful vases, you can get gorgeous, just simple kind of sculptural items. You can also look in the Hearth and Hand section and the Project 62 section. Those items are gonna be you're gonna really get longevity out of them, and you're gonna be able to use them all year long. So I think especially when you're really building out your home, I would look for those items, buy those instead, and then if you really just need a bunny, just buy a Peep. This is a big one for me. I just don't. Okay, instead of buying the plastic organization that will be sitting out, let me just clarify that too. Target sells a lot of great organizational items, and I use plastic liners and drawer fillers and things like that for any of the areas that would be wet. So like in the bathroom for toothbrushes and like makeup and stuff, I use those inside the drawers. But when it comes to storing out in plain sight, I don't think that plastic storage it really doesn't look very elegant, and it just degrades the room. Okay, there, I'm just gonna say it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I'm going there, right? I just think that if you really want to be able to create a very sophisticated look, rather than buying something made of plastic, go for the baskets. I mean, Target has so many beautiful basket options. Like, it's so hard to choose from how many they have. The aisle is so nice. And you can look in the Threshold collection. The Hearth and Hand has some gorgeous ones. They even have a whole aisle at ours where you can look at all the different brands and check out what they've got. But you can go for a beautiful basket. You could also go for something made of cloth if you've got little ones and you're not sure about the rattan or something like that. They've got them made of the fabric with the little braiding in them. Those all look great. I just think that the plastic is just a little too utilitarian, and it just kind of degrades the room. So check out the baskets. I'll link my favorites up down below for you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you could just get lost in that section at Target because there's so many great options, and it's a way better use of your money than like a pink, those like, they have them where they're like pink, big round, like kind of bucket size where you put a million toys into them. I just think instead of that, a basket with some toys in it, it's gonna look more appropriate for the room, and I think it's a better use of your money. Ooh, this is kind of a personal one. Getting dirty and personal. Well, okay, maybe it's just a personal preference thing, but I just think that the little towels with all the little seasonal sayings, any kind of sayings, I just pass on all of those. I think that they have so many beautiful classic options that really give off a very sophisticated feel. I think it's really nice to have a towel laying over the sink in your bathroom. Honestly, we could really just kind of put all of them in there, because I would say the same thing of the bathroom. I think instead of buying things with little, like little characters on it or little sayings, I think going for something that's a little bit more clean, a little bit more classic, something that feels elevated, I think those are usually better. Now, I'm not 100% opposed to something that makes you laugh, but I probably wouldn't actually buy it. I just laugh at it in the store and then buy one that's really gonna last me a long time. Let's talk about the tiny faux plants, because in case you're not noticing, I have a thing against tiny things, which is not nice since I am a small, petite person and I should be all for tiny things. However, those little plants are so stinking cute. And every time I walk into Target, they've got them sitting up there at the front and I just wanna buy them. I just wanna buy them because they are cute and you just wanna flop them and touch them and you love them and you want them. But they're literally like this big, right? If you're lucky, they've got them like this big and they're under $5. It is so tempting to want to buy those. But I just don't feel like that's the best use of your money. So instead, I would recommend checking out the Threshold collection and the Hearth and Hand collections, because they've got gorgeous faux branches that would look amazing in a vase. It's just gonna be a much more significant arrangement that you'll be able to put out. You can really fill out your space. You can really do something amazing. And I think what you're probably gonna notice throughout this video is that I tend to do less items and upsize them. I found that that just reads to the eye. It just makes things feel more elevated and sophisticated. And it means that you don't have to buy as many things to be able to fill out your room. And a vase full of greenery can really create a sculptural feel in your space. It can really give you something significant. And so it's well worth it to spend just a little bit extra and go for one of their really nice vases and some of their greenery. And I would also check out their faux trees, because I have bought a lot from Target and I think that they look great. Target is a great place actually to shop for curtains. They've got some really, really nice options, but they also have a lot of options that just feel a little bit downgraded. They've got a lot that have like little rickrack and like kind of like big designs on them. They've got them with like pom-poms on them. I would maybe put those in a kid's room or a teenager's room, but I do see that people buy those for their main living room. And I think that it just makes the room feel a little bit childish and it doesn't feel like an adult lives there. So instead, I would check out the other options that they have, because they do have a lot. I will say that a lot of times in the store, they tend to sell 84-inch and 96-inch as far as the length. The problem with that is that a lot of times you might need a little bit longer length. So I would really make sure that whatever you buy from there, you always make sure that it's going to at least skim the floor. It can puddle just lightly in the floor as well, but if you go and you buy the 84-inch and you need it in 96, you're gonna have a gap. And I think that's the other mistake a lot of times that people make with their curtains. It's not just what they pick, it's also the size that they picked. So I'd be really careful to make sure that you measure from where the rod is actually going to hit. Because if you hang that a little bit above the window, you might need a little bit longer length. So make sure you measure that, hang them as high as you can. I mean, unless you have a 2-story room, you're gonna have to go custom for that. They don't have those at Target. But generally, if you've got a 9 or 10 foot ceiling, you'll be able to get your curtains at Target. You may have to look online as well. But either way, I would look for materials. I love velvet. I think the velvet is just always an elevated, beautiful material. You can also look at linen and cotton. The Threshold collection, again, you're gonna see a theme here. I think that those are their most upgraded collections, and a lot of times you can get them where they're just beautiful, frothy linen, and then you can get some with the blackout on them as well. But either way, typically as well, the other problem with the Target curtains is that there's just not enough fabric. So you really need to kind of double, no, not kind of, you actually need to double the amount of panels that you have for each side of the window. You definitely don't want to do one panel that just for the window. You really want to have at least one for each side of the window. But honestly, I really recommend having at least 2 for each side. That way it really fills out the room, it really elevates it, and it looks gorgeous. One of the biggest things to avoid at Target are the ugly soap pumps. There are so many. I mean, I am one for buying soft soap if it's like $1.29. It's a great deal. But the containers they come in are just awful. And there are some cute ones, they always have seasonal ones. I generally avoid those. Sometimes I'll buy something like that for my kids' room just to give them a little bit of fun in their space. But generally, I'm just gonna avoid all of that, especially for areas that are general public. Instead, I would recommend checking out all of the soap pumps that they sell. Oh, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Look at you.
What do you mean?
You're all pretty.
Oh.
What you doing? What are we talking about?
We are talking about soap pumps that you should not buy at Target. Actually, we're talking about things you shouldn't buy. Stop buying at Target.
Ooh.
I know. It's been really fun. Has it been fun, guys? Or
Please tell me Peeps was not on the list.
I mentioned your Peeps!
Are you serious? It's my favorite time of the year. I'm starting to see them out now. In the wild.
I literally told them that, okay, if that's your bunnies, get your Peeps. But otherwise, I think they're kind of gross.
They're not.
They are gross.
No, they're the, 8th food group or whatever it is?
I don't
know how
think
many
so.
there are. But
I don't think so. But that's hilarious that that's what you brought up. That's
First thing
so
I thought
funny.
of.
Well, I was saying that, you know, they sell like little soft soap pumps. And Target actually has like really nice ones.
Yeah, they do.
Right? They've got ones that are made of metal. They've got them made of rattan. They've got them made of glass. They have all types that look absolutely gorgeous. And you can put the soft soap in them. But I think it's just nice to upgrade the soap pump. I think it's worth a little bit extra money. And you can buy something that doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be Hello Kitty shaped. My daughter is gonna be so
She's gonna be so mad at you.
She is, because she loves that stuff. And she's 22, all right?
I mean, you've offended most of the family today if you're talking about Peeps and Hello Kitty's off.
I know. I do think that your money is better spent if you buy a nice soap pump and just, you know, refill it with whatever fragrance that you want to, but I think it's a nice upgrade. I'm gonna upset the other part of our family, which is our boys.
What are you talking about now?
I think that you should skip the bean bags and the soft filled ottomans, which is what they like.
They do like those.
It's the thing that the kids always want when we go to Target. And I just don't think that generally they look very nice. We actually owned one from Pottery Barn that was covered in like a faux fur, and they didn't like it because they said the fur was itchy. So I did attempt to buy a cute bean bag, but generally they're just not that cute. And generally they look a little bit downgraded, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's one of those things that are fun to buy.
Yeah.
But then you get them home and you're like, it's just kind of floppy everywhere.
Yeah, and it ends up literally in the middle of your living room, right?
And our kids never ended up sitting on it. The dog would lay on it.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good use of money, and they just end up like floppy and kind of like, they just look like a mess.
Yeah.
And even the ones that just have soft filling, right? That they're soft-sided and have soft filling in them, they just go. So you're like, all of a sudden your feet are just like on the floor.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, this was not a good use of money. So instead, I think that I would look at some that they have that are made of leather. They've got some gorgeous ones that are made with like channeled velvet.
Ooh, yeah.
They've got them with the boucle. We even have those. These are the ones. Here, grab one of those. Let's show them that. We have these cubes that we bought at Target, and these are awesome. When we had,
sorry,
you're not gonna see you. When we had everybody over for our daughter's birthday yesterday, we had like the whole house full, and everybody's looking for seats. It was great because we could pull these out.
Yeah, and people actually sat on them.
And adults could sit on them. It wasn't just for the kids, right?
And they're sturdy, so you're not gonna like lose grandma forever and like.
Exactly, because those are important things. Because we have had some, like my grandmother, like trying to get up and. It's scary. So I think having these that are nice and firm and they're great for extra seating, they're great to put your feet up on, they can become a little table. Yeah. I think these are awesome.
These are great.
And they come in a bunch of different fabrics.
They do, and they're light, so you can easily move them around.
Which is weird, because you would think that for something this like sturdy, that it would not That it would be heavy, but it's not.
It's not. It's great.
That's one of our best purchases from Target, I would say, wouldn't you?
That and the Peeps.
No Peeps.
Pink ones, bunnies only.
Oh, that's the worst. They change your mouth to colors.
I know, that's how you know when you're full.
Oh, baby.
Okay, can I add one in?
You're scaring me. It's not on the list.
If it's too far, just delete it. But
Okay.
you're gonna probably be shocked that I'm mentioning this one, but I would say the themed doormats.
Okay, maybe some.
Because there's one I see all the time that says likely at Target.
I want that one.
Are you serious?
That's the one I would buy. No, that's the one I would buy. I love that one. I think it's hilarious. Would I actually buy it? Probably not. But it is the one that I'm like, I just think it's hilarious.
There are some funny ones.
Yes. But I just I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I stopped buying the ones with the bunnies and all the seasonal ones and things with like funny sayings. I think we just found that we liked something a little bit more classic.
Yeah, a little more like year-round.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And just a little bit more grown up, I think.
Yeah.
Than having something that's kind of cheesy, and it's the first thing people see when they come over to your house. I mean, the delivery guys see it, your friends and family see it. It's the first thing that you see when you come in, and I'm like,
I feel like ours should just say I'm sorry to the delivery guys.
oh, well.
Because our driveway is like that. I feel like it should just say I'm sorry.
Maybe we should get one of those. It'll have a nice classic little border in black.
And the I will be cursive or something.
I do think Target has a lot of really fun ones, and I just find that maybe they don't read as sophisticated. And so if it's me, and what I buy is, instead of those, I do buy the classic ones that make a really good impression for you and your guests as you come in. Okay, let's talk about this last one, which is the one that you guys asked for the most, which is, which rug should I buy, Valentina? You guys are like, okay, I get that I can buy a rug at Target, but then I get in the store and I have no idea which one to pick. So
that's me. I go and I send you like 40 pictures.
That is actually true. Yeah, well, they have a lot of different ones, and it can be a little bit confusing because if you don't know what's on trend and you're trying to buy something that won't feel outdated as soon as you buy it, it can be a little bit confusing. So the ones that I generally avoid are the ones with the really big medallions. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
That style just is a little bit outdated right now. It'll probably come back around at some point. So if you've got that one, you don't need to get rid of it.
No.
I just don't think that it looks like current and what's in at the moment. So they do sell a lot that really do have a very luxurious look. I think if you're wanting to create a very luxe, elevated look, I would avoid anything that is just overly themey. I would avoid anything, I'm gonna negate myself in just a second. I would avoid anything that's super colorful unless you just have a lot of color in your house. But a lot of times people hear that they're supposed to add a color and then they don't like the way, they don't understand why they don't like the room. Sometimes it's because the color that they chose for the rug is just too much. It overwhelms the room. So I know that the Opal House collection, they do have, for those that love color, they do have some really pretty options, but generally I avoid those. I'm gonna look for a neutral rug. I'm gonna look for something with a really simple pattern. The Moroccan ones, anything Moroccan inspired, that really is just very classic and never really goes out of style. And then you've got Persian rugs. Those really don't ever date. That's a really good option. You can get them in kind of washed out colors that's really pretty. But the ones that I do think from the ones that I do like from the Opal House, they came out with the zebra and the leopard.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I would totally buy those.
Yeah, you would. You definitely would.
But I have found myself leaning more towards something more neutral than that, rather than something with all that pattern.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I say that I would buy it, but I probably actually wouldn't. I would go for something a little bit more neutral, something that's just gonna have that sort of longevity, because rugs are expensive and it really is the foundation of your room. It is really important to the overall feel of the space. So yeah, I mean, when you go in there, I feel like a lot of what they have is pretty neutral.
Yeah, it is. And you lean towards more neutral rugs unless you're doing like a zebra or an animal print or something.
Yeah, because you just want to have sometimes you just want to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but then sometimes you go in there and they've got those big medallion ones. I think those
just feels
people
like
still buy them, which is why I'm sure they're stocking them. but they're really not what's really in style right now, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So if you like it, who cares? Just buy it anyways, right? Just
Yeah.
with anything. He's gonna keep buying his Peeps.
Because they're eternal. Come on now.
But I think buying all the little things and the cutesy things, it's so tempting when you go in there. That's what I was telling you about, like the little succulents and like the little tiny lamps. And I'm like, oh, they're so cute.
They're really cute.
But then, you know, you get them home and they're like, that's like itty bitty. It doesn't really like fill the space.
Yeah, a tiny lamp in a 2-story room's not gonna work.
Even in a bedroom, honestly, an average bedroom, it's just
Maybe
gonna
a
look
dorm room.
I said the same thing.
Well, look at you and I.
He could have been here with us the whole
Look at you
time.
and I connected like this.
Yeah, he was taking Landon to his drum lesson, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got to hop in here.
I know, it's
I'm
fun.
about out of coffee, but, you know, I'm game for another one.
I just had one, but I'm always game for another one.
Well, there you go. So thank you guys for joining us today. I hope that you got some great ideas and we got to leave you feeling super inspired. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming videos, and give the video a thumbs up. Also, let us know down in the comments if we've offended you. I hope we haven't. Let us know if you're like, no, I will still be buying that. Or if some of these, if it's been helpful. That's what we do. We're really trying to make helpful videos.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, because this is what you guys have said you enjoy, and we're kind of like, well, we don't want to hurt people's feelings. See, I can't do a video like this without feeling
That's why we need the rug that just says, I'm sorry. It's universal for so many things.
That's true. Maybe we do need that at the House of Valentina. Also, don't forget to check out down below in the show notes for the Athletic Greens link. That'll help you get that amazing offer from them, and I think that you guys will absolutely love it. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.